this chaise lounge put in. And you see that place maintains the most shade throughout the day. It's my favorite spot. So thank you, Frey Frey, for that little gift. She watched my plants and animals while we were in Europe, and then she left that behind because the dogs love this so much. So that's great. So these are 2 mango seeds, the Green Thumb Gardening channel. He taught me how to do that. So I dried out a couple of seeds, opened them up, and planted them. And he's down there in Georgia planting up a storm. If you haven't checked his channel out, it's really fun. It's got a lot of different things. Stuff up in here in the Northeast we don't really have. So here's the weeping Japanese maple that I just kind of left alone. And this other one, I figured this would be really cool. They get more shade over here because it's been really hot. And, you know, what's more relaxing than sitting amongst some Japanese maples? Another tea tree olive. It's looking healthy. This is that Japanese maple that I did prune down, if you recall. And it's got some nice new growth, comes in bright red. See that? That's what I wanted. I just wanted a lot thicker growth earlier on because that's such a nice trunk already. Okay, so we have a sago palm back there. Here, in my little ducky pot. This is a Japanese alcova. This is a Survivor, one of those lemon-scented gums, eucalyptus. It's been growing outside. This is some sort of dwarf rhododendron. I pruned them back hard before I left, and they're coming in strong. These are just some annuals, I believe, some tropical annuals, and I just didn't want them to go to waste. They were being throwaways. Same with these. These are hibiscus bare roots, and they looked terrible. I didn't think they were going to do anything, but here they are. And I just have to water them a lot more. In the background there, all the Rosa Sharon are in bloom, which means, yes, it's amazing. The hummingbirds, my daughter's spirit animal, it's always up in the windows, buzzing around, looking inside. It's pretty cool. And then in between the 2 hibiscus is this Yamadori urbanum that I've shown before. And if you want to check that out, check out its progress. It really looks nice right now. I'm excited. I had this kiwi over in the baby seedling around the corner area, but it was choking out so many trees. I brought it up here and I put it right along this little chicken wire fence. I'm going to wrap it around, see if we can't get some fruit. If not, I'll trim it back hard and grow it as a vine bonsai. Nothing real special here. That's just a dwarf raspberry that hasn't produced for 2 years, so it's wasting my time and my water, running out of patience. I have a nice wild purple flower that I grew from a bare root there, just sitting in a pot, providing a little shade for this blueberry. And this is my blueberry bonsai. I haven't really introduced it yet because it is, you know, just really pretty. Before, actually, now that it's full right now, it just looked like a stringy, like nothing. So these are the 3 junipers that I trimmed and pruned in 3 different ways, pre-bonsais. You see in this one I did that little gin tactic, and I think it looks pretty decent. Got some deadwood going, new growth on that, and then I have them going up to the back. The back one I barely touched. That one's longer. As you see, I have the tripod set up for the next video. I'm going to be planting all of these seeds. Tons of seeds. Some are organized, some are miscellaneous because they came back in all sorts of different ways. But I'm going to plant them in these Italian terracotta pots. Obviously inspired by Italy, but you know, if you've watched before, I was already obsessed with Italian terracotta pots, so just having them 40% off, I just went and got these. I like these longer ones for seeds because they're pretty deep, you know, so you get a deeper root base, especially in the summer. And then these, there's been a few choice names for what these shapes are like. I just like them. I used it for my baobab forest planting, and I'm going to do some of the oak trees. You know, there's 2 different types of oaks and maybe a maple I'll do in those. And those usually have a high germination rate. So yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be the one following this. All right, here are the key lime trees. There are, I believe, 6 overall. I cannot remember exactly. I think it was 3, 2, and 1 in these that I got this year. So those are looking good. I just have them up here on this table. I moved this table here because I could just look out at the Rose of Sharon. You know, there's that magnolia. It's nice. It's filling in out here. And it just provides some extra shade where I could put trees that are more susceptible to the high heats, because we haven't been getting consistent rain. We've been getting a ton of rain at one time. Okay, moving on. So we have a few more non-producing raspberries. I am losing patience with all of you. You're warned now on video. Okay, because they're not even giving me flowers. They're just like not doing anything. I want fruit. So here is a, what was that? Peony? And it hasn't done anything. I think it maybe is too shallow a pot and just too hot. I don't know. The thujas. Here are my babies over here. Crepe myrtle growing in strong. Got a redwood in there. Japanese alcova. See, these are all like my single specimen pines, red pines, white pines, Japanese black, red gum. I just threw them in that little wine bottle holder, little terracotta pots. They were $1 each. Rosemary bonsai. That's like a topiary. I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of shaped before my time, so I don't really like that. Some lavender, other aromatics. There's marjoram back there, basil amongst these flowers. There is some trumpet vine growing here. Let's see. Yeah, see those big flowers growing off the side there? This vine is huge and awesome, but you got to watch out because it literally grew through the chair. So that one's growing from underneath the porch. So I bet there's some pretty cool Yamadori I could do with it, but right now I'm just going to leave it. So we got our orange citrus. I think these are going to go in some of the new pots. These two are the only ones that need upgrading. You see they're looking nice. Here is a type of tree, maybe a verbenum, I don't know. In an earlier video, I got it from under the front steps and it was just like this gnarly stick with like a tiny bud, and now it grew in really thick this year. So I have that going, you know, in an upward direction, cascading up. I thought that was nice. Down below in a terracotta pot, that's a lemon. I mean, the leaves are huge, but not much fruit this year. Probably I did something differently. I don't know, but here's the other lemon. They're looking great. They really are. That one is really looking like a great bonsai tree. In the front here, we have the 2 limes. They're looking healthy. See this one? It's got a nice root there I like. The trunks are getting woody. Got those nice lines that you get in Florence. There were so many mature lemon trees in terracotta pots, huge ones. It was amazing. Okay, so here we go. This one's more decorative. This was a gift, this pot, and this is a weeping Italian fig, and they are just looking plump. Now I am partial to cooked figs, like amongst meats and beets and stuff like that, and then I like them dried, but I'm not a, you know, right off the vine fan. So my daughter's obsessed, so she'll probably get most of those, her and Laura. So here we go, moving on. I have these Japanese alcovas, my favorite 3, and I planted them in a grouping: a midget, a medium, and then the dominant tree. Same with an eastern white cedar. Those are my only 3, as a matter of fact. So really crazy how big that one is as opposed to that one. All germinated at the same time. Here's some redwoods. That one's got some sway in it, but otherwise I'm gonna let these grow as redwoods, keep them straight. I like the forest planting. I might add a couple, germinate some this year and just add to it. That would be cool. All right, moving on. Here is the survivor of survivors. This is a Japanese, or not, a black locust, and it's got thorns all over it right now because it's just so healthy. Anyways, this guy, I put him outside almost in the winter because it got infested with spider mites and it was straggly and terrible, and I I couldn't throw it out, but I didn't want to watch it wither up and die. And this thing did not. It rooted in the soil, and it has a couple potential flowering friends, but it's like thick and bushy. It's just so healthy. So I'm really excited about that. The outdoor black locust gets some purple leaves on them when they grow in. The new growth is purple, and I'm probably thinking that has to do with the sunlight. Okay, we're almost done on the deck. So just some lantana. I like how that spreads and grows. I had that in South Carolina at my house as a border, all up in the flower beds. That was cool. Hydrangea. These are all Japanese fantail willows. Some that I grew from cuttings. They're all from cuttings, actually. I like them. They look like bamboo in a way. Here are some Connecticut red pines. 5 or 6 just growing in a pot. Japanese black pines. These are my favorite because look how aggressive they are. And like that trunk already. All these are grown from the same time. Only 2 of these Scotch pines survived in this thing. One of them looks really healthy. The other is decent. Here we have a flowering azalea that I'm going to train as a bonsai. And I think it has a really good start. I haven't transplanted it and looked at the roots yet, but I did prune it back, and you see it has that nice light regrowth. There are some various seeds in here. I believe junipers and black locusts from the Alps. This is my river birch planting that has 7 birches, bushes, and then that one maple right there. That guy volunteered itself, fell down from another tree and grew, so it's a nice little planting. Down here, I have a survived trident maple that I chopped. I only chopped a couple just as a tester, and then one that died. But here is another maple tree that fell and started growing. This one may survive. That one looks rough. Okay. More birches. That's a sweet birch. There's like 5 of those in there. And this is the only one of its kind. This is a white spire birch. I'm assuming, long for a white birch. This one really looks awesome and healthy. It was the only one that came in. Here, this one's awesome. It was from my friend Sue's peach tree. She gave me 3 seeds. I put them in the fridge. This one grew, and I pruned it back a few times. It's really healthy and growing in nice. I just defoliated to expose the trunk. It was just like a little bush before, about a day ago. This is that avocado cutting. This is my dominant redwood growing by itself. I raised the canopy slightly and took away some buds that were coming in low, but otherwise I've let it grow because it's just so dominant over all of its brothers and sisters that it came in with. All right, so that's it for up on the balcony. Next, I'll show you all the seedlings that came out of the seed room and have been growing outside vigorously for the summer.